Hey YouTube, how's everybody doing? Mark here with another fragrance review. This time it is a special edition review. This is on Prada's Amber Put Homme. If you've been a subscriber of mine since day one, you know I've already reviewed Prada's Amber Put Homme way back in 2009 when I first started my YouTube journey. I believe this was the 4th bottle I reviewed, and it was one of the first ones that actually got a perfect score on my channel at 10 out of 10. And I decided to do a re-review on this fragrance. I do that from time to time on my earliest reviews, especially if I think the fragrance really deserves a proper review. This one had an unboxing at the start of the video, and it really felt like this one needed a new fragrance review. So guys, this is my re-review on Prada Amber Put Homme. Let's go to the presentation. We're going to take a look at the bottle and the box, and then we're going to go to actually a few clips here and there, some of my favorite parts of my original video back in 2009, and then of course we're going to review Prada Amber Put Homme. So let's get to it. Alright guys, let's take a look at presentation, the bottle and the box. And as you can see, my Prada Amber Put Homme doesn't have the full presentation. I am missing, of course, the box. This is one of a handful of fragrances that I just don't have the full presentation. I do apologize for that. But let's take a look at the bottle, and of course with all Prada offerings, they're very classy, upscale looking, very, very nice. And this is not just for their fragrances. All their products are like that. And the juice inside really invokes that classy, upper class feel of the Prada brand. So let's take a look at presentation. As you can see, we got the purple or violet looking juice. You got, of course, a nameplate right here that says the name of the fragrance, and most of the major notes in this fragrance actually in French. A really nice touch. You have the Prada logo down here. You got a sticker down here, and you just got a regular cap right here with a nice chrome finish to it. And I went with the normal sprayer. You can spend an extra, I believe $10 or $15 for a bulb atomizer. I did my research when I first purchased this, and I saw that the bulb atomizer wasn't worth the extra cash. So I decided to go with the regular sprayer, and I actually really enjoy it. This sprayer sprays like a laser. Did you see that? Pew! Goddamn laser, this thing. It will hit the spot that you're looking at. This thing also has, as you can see on the neck of the sprayer, you're going to see your batch code of your Prada Amber Put Homme. So let's get on with the review. This is the presentation of Prada Amber Put Homme. Very nice presentation.
This is actually, I would say, a huge hit for Prada. They done this one very well. They started off real good for me. But this one's very unique, and it's long lasting, of course, so that's a huge feature that makes me love it. Prada actually clearly did not make this to be a top seller. Reason why is because it's unique. It's not what like the usual top sellers are. Usually they copy each other, and this one really stands out. It actually stands out to be more of a classy and luxurious fragrance. So I would actually wear this out to, you know, if I'm going to a fancy restaurant or something like that with my girlfriend, that's the one I would most likely am going to wear. So all in all, Prada Amber Put Homme, I would say, is going to be a classic. This one's going to be a classic. I'm going to have this for a long time. And I would class this, to me, this is a 10 out of 10. This is going to be, might even be in the future, my favorite. So I highly recommend Prada.
Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the flashbacks to my old review on Prada Amber Put Homme back in 2009. For me, that was hard to watch. I couldn't even watch myself. I don't know how you guys could watch me back in 2009 when I first started. But let's get to it. Let's take a look at Prada Amber Put Homme. First, let's start off with bottle sizes. This fragrance, a lot of companies are starting to do this now, little travel sizes. These are getting actually increasing in popularity. Prada Amber actually has that kit. You can get 3 little 10 milliliter vials that with a little travel sprayer, you just pop them in and it has a little decoration on it. Very, very nice presentation by Prada. So you can get 30 mils that way, or you can get a 1.7 ounce bottle, or you can get the big boy, which is this one right here, the 3.4 ounce. Or you can get the 3.4 ounce, which has the bulb atomizer, which is also refillable. You can take off the atomizer and refill it. Pricing for Prada fragrances, they're going to be higher up, like your Chanel's and Dior's. If you find them at a discounted rate, jump on it. I would think for pricing $40 to almost $100 American to purchase this fragrance. This one hit the shelves back in 2006. Prada Amber Pour Homme has won a few awards with me during my time on YouTube. When I first started in 2009, my very first top 10 list, it made it in my fall top 10 at number 4 back in 2009. And then in 2010 didn't make it. In 2011 came back in my top 10 designer spring releases, and it made it at number 5 on that list. So you can see that this fragrance is going to be versatile. It's not just a fall or a spring. It actually is a very versatile fragrance that you could almost wear year round. Now this fragrance is in Oriental Fougère, one of my favorite groups. Parfumée Daniela Roche-Andrier. Now Daniela Roche-Andrier actually works for Givaudan. But you could have fooled me. You could think that she is the in-house perfumier for Prada because she has basically done everything that Prada has released. I read a little bit about Daniela online, and she really enjoys working with Prada, as you can tell. She really said that Prada really doesn't set a limit on her on like most designer fragrance houses that, you know, set a limit to what type of ingredients you can put in her fragrances. She really enjoyed that they were really lenient with the notes that she could put in these Prada fragrances. So she was really happy working with Prada because they do pride themselves in quality. So they are able to spend a little more in the fragrance, which she absolutely loved, and I love that. That's quality right there. Now, recommended age for Prada Amber Pour Homme, I would say really 20 and up for this fragrance. I really don't think, unless you're a mature young man, I really don't think that Prada would be a specific fragrance for younger gentlemen out there. But you could prove me wrong, but I would say 20 and up would be best for recommended age. How many sprays and wear actually has changed from my 2009 review. I actually like to wear this one on the chest, one on the back of the neck here. I try to stay away from the nose with this one, back of the neck, and 1 spray on my arm, on each arm. So 4 sprays total, but I'm trying to avoid this area. This fragrance, if you spray too much, does get cloying, and it gets cloying fast. It's really a soapy, it's got powdery feel to it. It's got some sweetness, so there's a lot of things that could really attack your nose and make you hate this fragrance. So I try to avoid that, put it back of the neck, and this one has amazing longevity, fairly good projection, so a really good fragrance to just 4 sprays, stay away from the nose, and you're good to go. Now notes, this one has a jumble of notes, tons of notes in this fragrance. Let's take a look at the top notes. We got mandarin orange, neroli, bergamot, and cardamom. In the mid, we got orange blossom, we got some musk, vetiver, geranium, and some myrrh. And then in the base, we got labdanum, leather, sandalwood, tonka bean, patchouli, saffron, and vanilla. So there's a huge array of notes. And this fragrance is very much, I would say, complex, well blended. These notes are going to be hard to find. There's a lot of people that have reviewed this fragrance. They just, you can't pinpoint these notes. You have to really dissect this fragrance to see what it gives you. So let's get to it. I'm going to let you guys know what I get from Prada Amber Pour Homme from top to bottom. Let's go. Alright guys, it's time to look into Prada Amber Pour Homme. I'm going to sniff this one out and let you guys know what this fragrance smells like from top to bottom. Now this fragrance has been described as soapy, almost giving up like a makeup, floral, feminine vibe. So I'm going to let you guys know what I get from top to bottom. Now this top note, right off the bat, what do you smell? You smell a citrus top note with almost a white floral soapy accord coming in the background of it. The citrus part of it is, of course, that mandarin. It felt more like a mandarin and the neroli coming out of this fragrance. But also I felt a little tinge of fruitiness. If you really delve your nose into this fragrance, it almost felt like a strawberry vibe. So there's a little bit of fruitiness right off the bat. Now, of course, there's the florals. The florals is like a white floral. Think iris, kind of like Dior Homme, that type of floral. I definitely detect the cardamom right off the bat. It's playing a small role in this introduction. I really felt the introduction to Prada Amber Put Homme was very sharp to my nose. The opening is very sharp to a lot of people will agree with me. It's very sharp, but also soapy. The soapiness of this fragrance, some people may think of high-class soap. I know I said that, I believe, in my older review. Some people may relate to this soapiness to hairspray. But definitely a white, floral, soapy-like feeling in the top note of this fragrance. Now, once it dries down to the mid of this fragrance, in the heart of this fragrance, it really does change. And a transformation in this fragrance is very, very nice. These notes are well blended together to give you that imagery of what you're trying to think of this fragrance. And it's hard to pinpoint every single note in this fragrance. Now, in the major players, we got the tonka bean, we got vanilla, orange blossom. The sweetness kicks up a notch. There is a patchouli vetiver combo that really is the backbone of this fragrance. I really felt the vetiver more than the patchouli, to be honest with you guys. So I think the vetiver really manned it up a little bit. But again, at this point here, I'll say that a lot of people are going to get a feminine vibe from this fragrance with the sweetness and then that soapiness. That soapiness almost turns powdery at this point. Almost powdery, soapy, white, floral feeling. Almost barber shop. I felt almost like a clean laundry, like you know how you put laundry on a clothesline outside on a spring day or a summer day to let them dry, and then you bring them back in, that type of feeling. Some people felt like it was like a makeup vibe, kind of like ours from Dior Homme, but definitely more powdery than soapy at this point. The labdanum in this fragrance, with the mix of tonka, vanilla, and patchouli, almost came to play here to give you almost, they almost pulled it off, an amber-like vibe. Yes, there's no amber in Prada's Amber Put Homme. Funny enough. But labdanum, with those other notes, were trying to recreate the note of amber. I think personally they kind of failed of trying to recreate that amber note. But then again, this fragrance is actually well done. Now the mirror in here, almost, it played a small role in this mid. A lot of people felt like it had an incense vibe, and that's the mirror that you're actually smelling. And the saffron flower in here does come out to play. Now in the base of this fragrance, again, this fragrance does last quite a bit on my skin. So every single point of this fragrance from top to bottom do last quite a bit. But you do get the same vibe. And the base, it's almost like a light, powdery feeling with the labdanum. Still fading a little bit, but still a major player in this base. The leather is there, but I wouldn't say, you know, it mans it up. The leather is basically in the background. You get like a woody vibe. I felt like that was more the vetiver than anything else playing a role in the base of this fragrance. So that's basically it for Prada Amber Put Homme. I'm gonna let you guys know my 2 cents on this fragrance, what I get, my feeling, and all that in the overview. Let's go. Alright guys, it's time for the overview on Prada Amber Put Homme. And looky, who decided to join us? It's his little brother, the intense version, yes. I kind of forgot him in the family photo earlier in this review, so I decided to make it up to him. join his big brother on the overview section of this review. So just to let you guys know, yes, Prada Amber Put has a flanker. It is the intense version, which is this guy right here in the black bottle. So let's go back and put the spotlight back on Prada Amber Put. This fragrance was the very first male release in the fragrance game from Prada. I said it back in 2009 in my very first review of this fragrance, and I'm going to say it again in 2012. They hit a home run with this fragrance. This really evokes what I think of the House of Prada. They really are trying to go for the designer crown. They are going against the Chanels and the Dior's with this fragrance. One word really describes all these fragrance houses. When I think Chanel, when I think Dior, I think quality. When I think Prada, I also think quality. No, you're not going to just overnight be one of the top fragrance houses just overnight. No, it doesn't happen just like that, but this is a great step into trying to be one of the top-notch designer fragrance houses in the market today. This fragrance is almost niche quality to me. I gotta say, this is a different type of soapy fragrance. When we think designer fragrances in the soapy genre, all they do is bar soap soapy, right? That's all you get from it. You may have a note here and there trying to envelope the soapiness, but that's basically it. Very much linear, and that's all they give you. Prada Amber Put has done it just on a different level. Niche quality, guys. This is, yes, you get the bar soap feeling, but you also get different type of feeling. You get almost powderiness. You get some of the myrrh, you get some of the vetiver, you get a lot from this fragrance, and it's blended so well. I would gladly pay an extra $50, $60 to get this fragrance. Yes, niche quality from the House of Prada, so it's not your run-of-the-mill soapy scent. Now, Prada did not make Amber to be a top seller in the game. I've said it in my 2009 review. I really don't think that this fragrance sells as well as, of course, all other fragrance houses' top sellers. But this fragrance is going to be different from what the other guy beside you is wearing. So it's something that I really think that Prada was trying to evoke what their name is, which is classy and a luxury item, and I really think that they really did what they meant to do with this fragrance. Really well done. It's well balanced. Of course, from top to bottom, this fragrance just from one end to another, it just goes really smooth on your skin. Well done by them. It has an elegant soapy feel to it, upper class, but also has a sweetness to it that may not be for everyone. It's very subtle, but then again, right off the bat, when you first smell this, it's really in your face. So at the same time, it gives you different genres. Every note in here has a place in this fragrance, but nothing really stands out. There's nothing really center stage in this fragrance that really, you know, you're gonna see a lot of reviews on this. It just evokes a vibe. You don't really pinpoint every note. Oh, there that. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's that. There's this. No, it's more of an idea, and Prada did very, very well with this one. Now, Amber is a fragrance that I rarely reach for, and I feel like it's almost like a safe, clean scent, and most of these clean scents are very safe to me. But when I do wear it, I kind of wonder why I don't wear it more often. And this is a reason why a lot of people will not purchase this. This doesn't really stand out to me. This genre really doesn't stand out to me. It's not going to go buy me, buy me. It's really one of those fragrances that is more like something that I'd reach for a certain occasion. Like I'd wear it if I'm like going to a high class venue or something like that, then I'm gonna wear it. But it's not something that I reach for that much, and depending on your lifestyle, this might not be for you. Now also, I almost always highly recommend this fragrance to professionals out there that need a work scent that lasts but isn't really in the face of everybody. I highly recommend this to doctors, dentists, even though I feel like doctors and dentists shouldn't be wearing a fragrance because they're getting really close to their clients. But if you're one of those guys that really absolutely need a fragrance, I think Prada Amber is great for a professional. Also, anybody that's wearing you know, a tie and a suit every day, a young professional or a professional out there that's always wearing a tie and a suit, and you're really, you know, prim and proper, I'd say, you'd be wearing this basically for your signature scent. I highly recommend this as a signature scent. Now, this could be a good unisex fragrance. Good, but not great. I could see a woman wearing this, but I really think that this fragrance is more towards the men's section of things, but I definitely could see a woman wearing this fragrance. Now, why would you hate this fragrance? Well, a lot of people aren't going to like clean fragrances. Well, stay away from this one. It does have that clean vibe to it. The sweetness in Prada Amber Put On might hit the wrong note in your nose and you just might not like it. Some people get like a detergent, and instead of like a high-class soapy feeling, they almost make it seem like it's like laundry detergent. Where I could see where they're coming from. And also the feminine aspect of this, this one's kind of tippy-toeing into the unisex vibe of things. So if you're not into that, like Homme, if you're not into that, you're not going to be into this, definitely. Cloying, this one can get cloying. If you overspray, yes, it will get cloying. And linear, some people do think that this is linear. I think the other way around, even though the idea is kind of linear of Prada Amber Put On, I really think it is a complex scent. One word to describe this fragrance would have to be class. I really just think that this is a classy fragrance. Bottles. Nothing has done this the way this has done it. Prada Infusion d'Homme could be another soapy clean scent. Burberry Brit, it has a little bit of Burberry Brit in here. Homme, Burberry Touch, not Mugler Cologne. Mugler Cologne's like just a regular soapy fragrance, and I think this is more of a higher class soapy fragrance. Best time to wear this fragrance, I think it's a good daily at work scent. Dressed up at night, yes. Basically, a professional would be wearing this. You can wear it as your signature scent daily and at night, or you can go to a high class situation at night wearing this, definitely. Compliment factor on this one has and always has been with me high. A lot of people absolutely love this fragrance on me. I've never had a problem wearing Prada Amber Put On. I've always got great compliments, but then again, I usually wear it when I'm wearing some of my nicer suits. So I'm looking good, I'm clean shaven, nice haircut, and I'm going somewhere nice. Usually I wear Prada Amber Put On and it works like a charm. Alright, my 2 cents on Prada Amber Put On. If you don't know already, this is a nice, clean cut. I really see a nice, clean cut type of guy wearing this at all time. I really think that if you want a fragrance that's not overly smells like a fragrance, like cologne, I really think that this one's a good, safe bet for you. Also, all the notes in this fragrance are basically toned down and blended so well that it's really a versatile signature scent worthy of a fragrance. So absolutely knock it out of the park. Prada Amber Put On. I have not changed my attitude on this fragrance at all. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. And this comes to the next segment, which is buy, try, or pass. And Prada Amber Put On is a absolute buy. I think it is close to sharing the crown as one of the best soapy fragrances on the market today. But then again, it's not just a soapy fragrance. So guys, let's get to the rating system and see if Prada stays in the perfect 10 club, or is it going out of the perfect 10 club? Let's go see.
Let's rate Prada Amber Put On projection 7 out of 10. Nice scent bubble for the first few hours. Then after that, it's not a skin scent, but it's not a beast. It's right in the middle. Longevity 10 out of 10. 7 to 10 hours any given wearing. Versatility 9 out of 10. I really think it depends who you are. This could be a signature scent for you or just a special occasion, but I think it has that opening to be a great versatile fragrance. Overall smell 10 out of 10 again. I really think this is something unique in the designer game. Seasons, I think this is an all-season fragrance. I primarily wear this in the fall, winter, and the spring. It's an upper-class signature scent. Depending on who you are, this might be a star or a flop. Something special in the soapy genre. Overall, this one is continuing to be a 10 out of 10 for me. Welcome again to the perfect 10.